Hello, this is your friendly neighborhood Dr. Jimmy128 and ching 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 ching. And this is gonna be a 1 versus 1. This was played, I believe, in the PPSL. Excuse me. A little problem with my voice. So, this is gonna be against eXoblazer and none other than CubeTantanix. Wow, this is actually a Team Cube submitted game submitted by my good friend Tantanix. Tantanix trying to be a little friendly here with Blazer. Well, Tantanix, of course, one of the extremely active players in Team Cube. He participates in a lot of tournaments. The PPSL was one of them. He actually qualified, and they will be going to Manila to compete together. And he's going with Cube Payaso, aka Chuck, our Master League return. And of course, who doesn't know eXoblazer in the Philippine community? eXoblazer, Blazer has been playing StarCraft 2 since the dawn of time. He's been playing since Brood War, and he is now playing in StarCraft 2. Arguably, I believe I will declare him as one of the top 3 players in the Philippines. His skill rivals that of Mineski Jabito, who for me is the best player in the Philippines, and excuse me, Exo Ender. So for me, those are the top 3 players in the country. You can't get any better than that. These guys have awesome mechanics down. They have great timings. They have great builds and great decision making. Decision making, I believe, is what makes, that's what separates the boys from the men in StarCraft 2. Is when you make these in-game decisions that could potentially, give you the win or make you lose. And that is one thing that these top 3 players have. Of course, Tantanix is not one to be overlooked because he has qualified for the main tournament, and he is one of the up-and-coming stars of Cebu's gaming team, Team Cube. So looks like we have a one-based opening here from Tantanix. He went gas first into pool. He should have enough gas for speed about now. And he should be getting it and pulling off drones. He's not actually pulling off drones. And he's trying to produce a queen, but he was supply blocked right there. But Overlord came just in time. Looks like he's leaving the drones here on the gas. I wonder what he's going to do with that. eXoblazer now transitioning. He's now getting his factory. A very fast factory here, not deciding to build a second barracks. Now looking to get an add-on for his factory. He may get a reactor right here. There you go, and most probably swap it to the reactor. Swap it to the factory. Produce a couple of Hellions for early game pressure with Hellions, which has been very, very, prevalent in most TVZs. The Hellion harass in the in the drone line, really does a lot of damage because one of the strong points of Zerg is their macro, their ability to produce so many drones. You can produce drones 7 at a time because of this queen and its skill called larva injects or spawn larvae. And once once Zerg gets its macro up, it'll be very, very hard to stop. So one thing that you can do to deal with Zerg's macro is to, of course, obstruct it by killing as many drones as possible. And these Hellions, which are on the way right now, will definitely do that trick. They're fast. They deal extra damage against light, and they have an area of effect attack, which attacks in a line. So like that. Here comes a couple of Hellions right now. Looks like he's gonna get 2 more. Normally Terrans like to get 4 Hellions, and then that's when you see what tech path they will go for. Looks like this game is definitely on the way, right? It's definitely approaching the mid game. I believe we will enter the mid game once this harass is over. Looks like the Hellions are now coming out. What is Tantanix doing what is he doing in response? He is getting the hatchery. He should be able to see these Hellions with his Overlord and thus be prepared. And right on cue, he's pulling the drones away. As you can see, the drones are just floating through the queen. What you do is you highlight all the drones and click a mineral patch, and then they will basically go in glide mode. So the aliens are here, and they see no drones for them to kill. So it looks like Blazer. I'm gonna pull back. A very simple response from from Gino, but very effective as well. So like the factory now has swapped and now got a tech lab. Looks like we have siege tanks on the way. Siege mode should be researched in a bit. Stim is on its way as well. Looks like Blazer now looking to grab his expansion. Taking a look at the Terran build, he already has both gas and income tab shows. Wow, the Terran player is actually ahead in the harvester count. Normally as Zerg you would want to produce a lot of harvesters, but looking at the production tab, it looks like Tantanix is producing 5 roaches, which just spawned. Now these could have been drones to help him boost his economy, because normally, as you can see here, Blazer is on 2 bases. Zerg would like to be a base ahead. I don't know if Tantanix has scouted the second base, but he should already at least suspect that Blazer is on second base, because this is the normal timing for most Terrans to get their expansion. A great response here from Zerg would actually to be to take an expansion and build more drones. However, I do not see any more drones. We have a lot of larvae here, which could all be drones. A lot of larvae here as well. Looks like he's not. Tantanix is now grabbing his lair. Nice overlord placement right here to spot for any drops, because looking at the situation, we are in close air positions. So medevac drops can be very potent on this map. And I don't know what Tantanix is doing. He is producing 22 links now, and which are about to spawn. So it looks like Tantanix wants to end this really quickly. Looks like he's gonna do a little timing push here with 7 roaches and a lot of Zerglings. However, looks like the Terran player is also moving out. So it looks like we're gonna have a little base race right here, unless one of them decides to pull back. Tantanix is aware of this because he has his overlay here to spot. He does spot the army, and he also decides to move in with his Roach and Zergling army. And these tanks should siege up right about now. There are no defenses for Tantanix, so here come the siege tanks. They're gonna wail away at these at this little wall, this queen here, trying to defend, but it's gonna be no use. And we have another attack also coming in at the Terran expansion. Looks like the Roaches and Zerglings are in. The Zerglings are trying to take out as many SCVs as possible. The Roaches now moving in, trying to find out what they can actually do to deal damage. And what I can see here, and the best choice I can see here, is to take out all of the SCVs. But back in the Zerg base, the Terran is absolutely ransacking the expansion here for the Zerg. We have a lot of spine crawlers up and a couple of Roaches here to defend. So it looks like Tantanix may be able to hold this off, but what I would like to see right here is him to have the Roaches move over here and attack the tanks from the high ground. But that's gonna be too late, because vision on the high ground is gonna be now given to the Terran as he is moving up the ramp. These Roaches are trying to defend as best as they can. Looking at the Terran base, so all the SCVs have been taken out except for these, which these Roaches will easily work on. And looks like, oh no, Tantanix is forced to pull all the drones away to try and respond to the siege tank. So he did get absorb enough damage from the tanks to get the Roaches in. However, the Roaches are gonna fall to these Marines and one final tank. He can actually push in, but these spine crawlers, well, the tank can definitely slowly kill the spine crawlers, but right now he wants to save his base. Looking at the income tab, there are only 8 workers left for Blazer, and Tantanix only has 9. So let's see how this goes. Looks like a Marauder here is going to be taken out. Looks like the main force for Blazer is now coming back. Well, whatever is left of it. These Roaches can also deal huge damage, but there are SCVs going to be up front to take the tank as much of the Roach fire as possible. Where is the siege tank? It's now sieged up. And these Roaches now are going to take out these very crucial mules. These mules cost 50 energy and are very valuable. But looks like Blazer now will be able to engage and kill all these Roaches. But I'm not sure what Tantanix wants to do. He's trying to escape right here. He's basically cornered. And he's just trying to deal as much damage as possible, taking out this supply depot. Blazer doing the wise thing and repairing his tank. Tantanix is gonna hightail it out of there. And he now has the harvester lead. He has 14 harvesters compared to Blazer's 5, but we have, wow, a lot of mules here, so the income for Terran is gonna be just fine. It's even overshooting the Zerg income, so this is the power of the mules right here and constant SCV production. And well, looks like we are at another standstill. Looks like another queen is trying to be produced. There's one queen chilling right here. She's just staring into oblivion. I don't know. Looking at the production tab, we see, oh no, Tantanix is producing a, well, this is pretty much fine. This is a Ninja Expo here from Tantanix. However, there are pros and cons to having a Ninja Expo. If your opponent doesn't spot it, it'll definitely pay off. But if your opponent finds this and it's really far from your base and you don't have any mobile units, no good creep spread, no mulisks, no speedlings, just roaches, and it'll be very hard to defend later on. And looking at the income tab now, it looks like Blazer is slowly catching up. I have not seen a single drone produced from Tantanix. He's only producing one drone right now, but he's producing more attacking units, which I'm not exactly sure why he is doing this. What he really needs to do right now is get that eco up, and get that eco up fast. Blazer is not having any problems. His eco is way ahead thanks to these mules, and he's now catching up in the SCV count. We're gonna have a drop right here from Blazer. And however, Tantanix should be able to spot this. He has a lot of overlords. Where is his army? It's right here. And he should see the medevac right now, and he is responding. Here comes the Marines. They're now being dropped by the medevac. The spine colors are moving into a better position to intercept this attack, but there are a lot of roaches here, so it looks like Tantanix can hold this attack off. And Blazer will need to escape into the medevac and fly away. But no, it looks like he's gonna drop here in the smoke. Tantanix just leaving that medevac alone. Looks like this one queen finally is gonna do some work, and Tantanix spots that, and oh, there's a queen. And where is this medevac going? I don't know. But ooh, looks like there's a very scary army now from the Terran. Looks like army supply, he is ahead. And he's even ahead in the worker count. Oh my god. eXoblazer, oh no, I'm sorry, he's not ahead in the worker count. But he's definitely caught up, and his income is way better than the Zerg's. Looks like we have a couple of drones here. But uh-oh, this medevac is going to spot the Ninja Expo. This is bad news. eXoblazer says hello, decides to drop the Marines. The Zerglings will be able to take that out. And looking at the production tab, we have a Spire on the way for Tantanix. The main is just about mined out for Blazer, though he could use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more SCVs for this main base. But wow, he has a huge army right here of Marauders and tanks. But we have quite a number of roaches here as well. Look at the unit counting station: 18 roaches and 7 links against 13 Marauders, 3 tanks and 8 Marines. So these Marauders are definitely the answer to these roaches. So I do not know what can be done. Unless, of course, the Mulus will be a good answer. Where is the Spire? There's the Spire. In a rather precarious placement. Check out a couple links here coming in for Tantanix. Just gonna see what damage she can do. Sorry, gonna pick it out. So easily sorry, I just woke up and I want more sleep. But I need to cast some games because I haven't been casting in a while. So there's gonna be a little macro phase here in the game, and uh-oh, Blazer now with a bunch of Marines and a Marauder. They're gonna take out this defenseless the defenseless hatchery, but there's absolutely no mining, so this is a complete waste. 300 minerals and a lot of larvae here. That could actually be, you know, something else, but it looks like the economy for Tantanix cannot support. He only has 22 drones compared to, wow, 25 from Blazer. But hold that thought, here comes a huge push from Blazer. He's gonna have vision of the high ground. I'm not sure if these 4 Mulists can do anything. There are more than enough Marines to take care of that with a lot of medevac support. And this could very well be the death push here from Blazer, and the Spire is taking a lot of damage. And what is the army doing all the way back here? And uh-oh, this looks bad. There are a lot of units here from Blazer. He has a lot of Marines to take care of any Mulis. And the tanks, 4 siege tanks, will take out any ground army, any Zerglings, any Roaches. What can Tantanix do? And looks like, oh no, Tantanix is conceding right here, pulling off all the drones and sending them to their doom in the siege tank line of fire. And looks like he's even elevating 2 tanks here to push in further. And what is Tantanix doing? Not much I can see. He's even now reinforcing with more Marines and more tanks. So this is very bad. Looks like he's just gonna slowly chip away at Gino's base. I do not know what he can do. Gino is frantically building as many Zerglings and Roaches as possible. These larvae are going to die. Anyways, so here comes the little push here with a couple of units. They're gonna be taken out by the Roaches, but oh no, they pull back and lead the Roaches into the siege lines. And Tantanix is doing the best thing he can do by, you know, putting up, letting the units touch the Terran infantry so that they can receive splash damage. But there's just too much firepower from Blazer. That is actually game 1 of their little encounter, PPSL. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. This has been your friendly neighborhood Dr. Jimmy signing off.